Stevenson relaxation meditation music.
Jason Stevenson relaxation meditation music. Are there any snacks? Listen to your homework under the couch. Are there any snacks? While life happens, Walgreens delivers.
Namaste. Using a different. I'm using my iPad because my phone is ready to die. So just give me a minute, guys. Sorry. 1 second. I can't see. Let's see. Okay. I know. When am I going to... That wasn't good. That was just tape. I don't know when I'm going to get my act together. Someday. Someday. Hi. I know, it looks really weird coloring on this. Hi, Scout. How are you? Great to see you. Hi, everybody. Let me just put you up here. That'll stay. Will that stay? Now you can't see me. Okay. I'm on my iPad, so it's a different kind of like thing. I'm not used to being on my iPad. I didn't even understand how to go on my iPad to do a live. So I don't think I'll be doing it long, but you know, I always say that. Namaste, welcome. I'm reporting from Texas. I am in Texas, reporting from Texas. Yeah, I got my schedule going here. Let me just make a note. I have to make notes for myself because I'll forget. Okay. Yeah, so welcome. I don't know if many people will be awake. It's kind of late. I just wanted to touch base with everybody. Let's do a little Palo Santo, a little candle. I promised somebody I would put. Can everybody hear me? Everybody, 2 people. Can 2 people hear me? Can you guys hear me? Just tell me yes. Oh, you doing well, Scout? I'm glad. I missed you. I was in New York. I was in New York. I was in Pennsylvania. I was in New Jersey a lot. I was in Staten Island, New York, my hometown. I was in, where else did I go? Ireland. Now I'm back in Texas. So. And then in June, I'm going back to New Jersey. No, New Jersey. And then Staten Island, New York. And then Pennsylvania, where my nephew's getting married. I'm glad you can hear me. So this candle is for Charlotte. Charlotte, I'm gonna do your name in red. I think she's been struggling with some health problems, so she asked me to light a candle for her. So I am doing that right now. For good health, for friendship and love, but health is first, and then abundance. Okay, so God bless Charlotte. Hopefully everything goes okay. Actually, I don't have to use that. I could just use this. Just doing a little Palo Santo. Yeah, I was looking for people to play with tonight. When I say play with, I just mean like, joke around with and text back and forth with, and everybody went to sleep, I think. So I had to take my cough medicine because I was coughing. Like I felt as if I had a feather in there, and then because I was coughing so much, my head hurt. And I said, I don't want to get back into that right now. I've been getting headaches again. What else is new, right? What else is new? But I'm alive. I am alive. This is for Charlotte, for health, happiness, friendship. Hopefully you feel better. You start to feel better. Please God, help Charlotte get better, get stronger, regain her health. I'm asking God to send Archangel Raphael to Charlotte to help her feel better and get better. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be okay. You know me. Um, I'm just stressing out because I know I have to go back to work on Monday, and tomorrow's Sunday. And it's just, it's they're doing testing in the schools. So I have a good 6 days in one school, and then I can fill up the other days with other schools. But I'm just trying to see. I hope I have the stamina, because I'm not used to getting up at that time. Um, but I know I could do it. That's why I'm trying not to stay up super super late. Um, but then when I start thinking about cases and I start thinking about Sebastian and Summer, and by the way, I don't think that was him in the picture. In case anybody cared about my opinion, um, I don't think it's him. At first, I did, like as if they dyed his hair black and put um, colored in his eyebrows dark. But you know what I didn't like about his feet? His feet looked like they were size 7. And like his build looked like him, a little bit skinnier. But so he could have lost weight. But I just don't think it's him because I don't feel he's in the physical world. I hope he is. I hope I'm wrong. Um, but I don't feel he is in the physical world. Anyhow, this keeps going out. Hi, Justice Jane. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to the Mystic Brady. Need some Palo Santo. All good thoughts, all good things. Okay. All right. So, I got some new cards. I really got them in at Christmas time. Devin gave me a lot of cards. I got some Celtic cards that are really beautiful. I was looking through each one of them, and I was saging them up. Um, but I don't feel like using them this evening because they're regular tarot, and I don't feel like doing my tarot. Um, have these, and they're called telepathy cards, telepathy oracle cards, right? And it really, oh, there's still some in there. I was reading them for myself. I was reading them for myself. But I said I'm going to show everybody these new cards and maybe do a little collective, a little mini collective read for you guys. Because I haven't done a collective read. Well, in Ireland, I did do a little bit of an angel read at the end of Sebastian's reading. But an old-fashioned collective read. This is from Judy. It's very powerful. Okay. Um, and then I have these other cards by LeClaire. And they look like they're kind of silly, but they're sweet um, cards that are good for um, kind of like if you have a question. That's what I use them for myself. I very rarely read my own cards. I was just looking at, oh, I forgot I have these new cards. Open them up, sage them up, Palo Santo them up, get the energy out, even though they were new. And these are kind of like question cards. So I like these. Okay, so I'm going to do those two. So what I'm going to ask you guys for is to think of the question that is bothering you about yourself, about your own life, about your situation, maybe your relationship, maybe your career, maybe your family. And also, I've been hearing the name Kevin. I know I'm married to Devin with a D, so it's not him. It's Kevin, and I don't know any Kevins. Um, like sometimes there's Kevins as a student, um, but I don't know any Kevins. So if anybody knows a Kevin, I started thinking about him on the airplane, one of the airplanes I was on. Okay. I was on six altogether, okay, in the past couple of weeks. But yeah, the last, I would say, when I was in Staten Island, New York, I might have written it down in my book, um, but Kevin came up. And I also, I'm supposed to be telling you what's coming up. Hi, Happy Hippie. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Um, Let me just tell you guys a little bit about what's coming up before I go into the reading for you. My chamomile tea got very cold, so I'm going to have another one before I go to bed. Um, so anyhow, I have Suzanne Morphew. Did I just get all stuff on this? What happens is when you do the Palo Santo stick, it's half black, right? It's half the charcoal. So I just wiped the charcoal all over myself like a dummy. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Suzanne Morphew's autopsy came up, and I don't know how many of you remember me from the Suzanne Morphew case, but I kind of started my YouTube channel with 2019 with Shanann Watts, Shanann Brusick Watts, and even though she was found and everything, and the killer is in jail, allegedly there might be somebody else out there, but okay, we'll leave that alone for the moment. But then in 2020, Suzanne Morphew went missing. Summer Summer Moon went missing. So the boys, Sincere and Classic, went missing. So there was a lot. Gannon, Blue Boy Gannon, love you, Gannon. Gannon has helped me a lot on the Sebastian case because it's very similar. But I really want to remember to read my notes on Suzanne. her autopsy. And sorry, but not sorry. Clink Clink needs to come to Barry. Clink Clink needs to come to Barry. Clink Clink, okay? Because they found in Suzanne Morphew's, yeah, see, I don't want to get into it because it just will make me cry and then I can't wind down from it. That's why I didn't even really want to talk about any cases tonight. I wanted it to be light and just announce what's new. What's new with me, what's new with you. But I mean, I can't ignore it because I do hear from Suzanne, and um, when she first went missing, I started hearing from her. You can go back to my videos from just put in Suzanne Morphew 2020, um, Mystic Brady Suzanne Morphew 2020, and you'll see I did them in most of them in the backyard, and I said I don't believe she's with us, and this is who I believe did it, killed her. Okay, um, but she had tranquilizer fluid in her femur bone. Okay, how did it get there? Barry admitted to having using tranquilizers. One part of the tranquilizer was in the dryer. She probably ran away from him, but then started to feel dragging her leg, and then she fell into Mallory's bed, and that's why he had changed the sheets. Okay. Anyway, I will do that another day. I just have so many things that I have started, like John Benet Ramsey, and I just have to, I guess, have time to do it, um, and find, ways of feeling like, let me just do this case today, or let me just do these two things, these two videos today, maybe not show my face, my big old face, then I won't get distracted. But I'm just writing it down. Just give me a second. I have to write it down. Suzanne. Even though she's already written, oh my gosh. She's already there. Okay, let me just write John today. Okay. Sorry, guys. Alright. So, I was going to make this um, into a video, just like a regular video, and I still might do that, like maybe a short, so people know, like a short video, um, but I will do it. But those of you who are here tonight, this evening, I just want to tell you before I do a short read for you guys. Um, yeah, see, you can't even see the candle. All right, it's okay. I need to see it. And then I guess some people will watch this video back, but what I decided to do, I had like a couple of revelations when I went to Ireland, specifically, not in New York. Didn't have any revelations in New York, Staten Island, Pennsylvania, or New Jersey. Why? Because my sister is very, very ill and has been in the hospital for since March 9th. Actually, March 8th, March 8th at 11 o'clock, she's been in the hospital, and that's a lot of months. She is receiving chemo, and with chemo, um, depending on the severity of you know, how sick somebody is, um, if they decide to get chemo, um, she's, going to get a lot of rounds, and she's already had like 3 rounds in April, and now she's going to get, I guess, 3 rounds, 3 days in April, and then 3 days in May, and then I guess follow up in June too. So she's actually out of the hospital and in the rehab. learning how to walk again, learning how to, to, regain the strength of her muscles. So, yeah, please keep prayers up in the Mystic Brady Bunch for Christine Brady, my sister. I appreciate it, and she's a very strong person, but she's still sick, and yeah, and I thank you if you've said a prayer for her. Um, I got to see her several times, and I went to see her after I got back from Ireland as well. So I feel happy and grateful that I was able to do that. And I went with my son the last time, and he stayed a really long time. And it was really nice, you know, to have that time with him and her. Um, so I thank you. I really do from the bottom of my heart. And I told her, I said, you know what, Christine? I said, I know you won't let me tape you or anything like that, and that's okay. I said, but I have all the people in the Mystic Brady Bunch praying for you. And she was like, yeah, you do? What does that mean? And I said, it means that a lot of people are praying for you. And my sister Karen, she's a nurse, and she has a lot of people praying for her, prayer circles that she has with all the nurses and things like that. And so there's a lot of people praying for her. And she was like, oh, okay, thanks. So she appreciates it, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart chakra to the top of her head chakra, crown chakra. Okay, so one of my revelations in Ireland is, and then after I visited my the psychic, um, was that I'm gonna start doing my readings are coming back. Okay, some people are like, we didn't know they were missing. Okay, um, but yeah, no, I kind of put everything on hold. I kind of was like just going to work and planning my trip, and that was all I could handle. Um, and I sold a couple of paintings, but I kind of put that on hold too. Um, I stopped doing the art gallery time. And a lot of people looked forward to art gallery time, even if even if they're not buying it, just to see it, and it helps the senses, and it helps your chakras inside your body, and you see the colors. Like I just sit here, and I missed sitting here because being on a plane and stuff. I'm not saying I wasn't in pretty places. I was in very pretty places a lot of times, but I have all the chakras around me. I'm missing some orange. I have one orange. I'm gonna have to make another orange. Anyhow, so what I am bringing back is I I organized it. I tried to organize it. I sat down for 2 days, kind of like writing, mapping things out, trying to be super organized. So I'm gonna go in order, all right? And then I'll probably show this, I'll do this as a little video, like a 5-minute video, so people could see it again. Um, but anyhow, I am bringing back a video reading. You might remember I used to do video readings, right? But I did them too long, and they were for $60. Sometimes your reading was 3 videos, 4 videos. One person got like, I don't know, 6 videos once for somebody, or a couple of times for somebody. Like I need to draw a line in the sand, because I have to put up boundaries. If I'm going to be using this third eye, it's very disrespectful to yourself as a psychic, as a reader, even as a person who has other jobs to do, um, to burn yourself out. And I can't do that because my health has not been great. I've been getting the flu left and right. Okay, the worst flu for me is flu A. For anybody is flu A. And also, I have a compromised immune system, and I just try to pretend that I don't. Okay, so Hashimoto's. But anyhow, yeah, you thought I could go one video without saying Hashimoto's. but I can't. I couldn't. But anyhow, so what I decided was to give myself a little respect and to put a boundary up where if I do a reading, it's if you pay for a reading, you want a video reading where I do the video, right? And it's 30 minutes. And that one is $60. So that is A. I don't know, that's probably backwards. Okay, and so those of you who, you know, don't know me and are watching me for the first time, and obviously there's not that many people here, that's okay. Whoever's meant to be here is here. That's the Zen way. Okay, if you have a relationship question, a family question, loved ones who have passed, career or spirit messages, or trying to figure out what are you supposed to be doing, I can channel into that. I can meditate on it. And of course, I just need your name and your birthday and the people who you want me to try to connect with. Okay? And so that is a video reading that I pre record and put it on YouTube. Okay? Now, some people a little bit like shy and they don't want their name out there. I could do that if if you tell me in an email that you don't want your name out there, so we use code names. I did that for I did a reading for somebody. She had about 6 people in a family. She had even the dog. I couldn't even say the dog's name. Um, we had a code name for the dog. I had to have it all written down, but when I channeled, I had to channel the correct names. Um, and so, but we can do it. Can it be done? Yeah, that was like a big thing. I had to prove to myself that I could do it with the code names. But what I do is I meditate with the real names, and I have them written down, and I try to tap in. I write my notes, and I did it. But so that just regular reading, where you have a couple questions and you have people's names and you give it to me in an email, that is 60, and that's 30 minutes. Then, if you want B, video reading, but 60 minutes, 1 hour, okay, that is, instead of, I try to give you a little deal, okay, deal or no deal. Um, Instead of it being 120, I give that for 100, okay? And that's the same thing if you have questions about family, career, job, you would give me the questions, the names, people, past, okay? But if you want an hour video, I give you a deal. I give you the $20 off, right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing the math right? I am dyslexic, and that's why yeah, 120. That's why it's hard for me, because that's why I have to write things out like a teacher. Um, so this is A and B. And I just figured that would be easier for people to say, I want A or I want B. Okay. Then, this is something I used to do a few years back. I stopped doing it. I took it totally out of the picture. And I had a lot of people that always called me, like this one guy, he lived in Jersey. He used to visit my condo. But I had a family. I had a baby running around. I had a little girl running around. Um, and then he used to, instead of coming all the way from Jersey, he would just, to Staten Island, he would just call me and say, can I just do the phone call and you read the cards over the phone? That was back when we didn't have, you know, we couldn't do FaceTime. So, if you would like to actually talk to me on the phone, it's a big thing for me, okay? Something happens, the easiest for me to do is a video, okay? Not so easy for me is to talk on the phone. Ask my family if I talk on the phone to them. No, I love to text. Um, I don't mind video calling, but it's kind of not what I do. I like when my kids do it with me because I like to see their eyes. I like to look at them. But they don't really do that with me. Um, but anyhow, there are people out there that like to be on the phone. They like to talk to you on the phone. So if you want a video call for 30 minutes, either FaceTime or just even just talking on the phone with doing a reading, I can do that. And that's 75. Okay, that is C. That's a live video call. Okay, and I hate doing this because it's like, are you hollering for a dollar? Don't holler for a dollar. Now you always said you would never holler for a dollar. Now you're hollering for $75. Okay, you're hollering for $60. No, it's bringing respect to my business, and it's kind of trying to start my business up again because I had this business back in the day, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, no, 30 years ago. And I did psychic fairs and I did restaurants and, you know, and I did private readings and I did phone readings and I did parties, and I can't do the parties anymore. It's too much energy coming at me. I couldn't close it down, and then I couldn't close it down for the rest of the night, and I was up all night, and I had little kids and stuff like that. I still really can't close it down. Um, it's very hard for me. I say the prayers, I say the closing prayers. That's why it's hard for me to do the phone thing, but I am going to do it because I'm taking myself to the next level. And I know some people like to do that. So if you want a live video, call, FaceTime or not FaceTime, where I read your cards, you ask me questions, I shuffle. I'll definitely be putting the phone on a stand, right? I don't know why I had to tell you that. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you, Happy Hippie. And this way, now that I tell people the prices, you might not have, hey, you might be like, hey, F you, Katrina. Where am I going to get $60 from? I don't have $60 hanging out in my pocket, okay? But that's okay because maybe you don't have $60 now, but if you save up $20 a week, after 3 weeks, you'll have that 60 freaking dollars, okay, right? Like, so I mean, it's all the way of thinking about it, you know. Um, and how do I get paid? PayPal. If you can't do PayPal, it might be easier for you to send me a check, um, the old-fashioned way through my post office box, and I'll put that up in the comments or whatever. Um, yeah, I'll put it in the chat. But anyway, yeah, PayPal and or post office box. Yeah, post office box. It'll take a while to get to me, but that's okay, right? It's just time in the matrix. And this way, I could, when I get the payment, that's when I take out the old schedule book and put you on the schedule. Okay. Um, but it's all about, like, this is what I hear from spirit, and this is what I heard from the psychic lady in Ireland, who I really resonated with. It's all about starting your business up again, because she was like, why did you shut everything down? And I was like, hmm? I am just drinking chamomile tea, people. I am not high. Okay. I did take my cough medicine though. But anyhow, no, she goes, why did you shut everything down? I was like, no, I didn't. And she was like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. She goes, especially your readings. And I was like, how does this lady know me? And then, like, I was like, oh, the teaching. And she goes, I know you're a teacher. She goes, but you've done that for a lot of years. And and I was like, yeah, but I've done readings for a lot of years too. And I had to shut it down a lot of different times. And she's like, it's time for you to devote more time to that and to have respect for yourself that you know, she was like, first of all, your prices on your healing art is not equivalent to what it's worth, and that's a whole other ball game. But she's like, especially, she goes, it's very nice that you do the readings for the missing and the missing people and the missing children. That's lovely. She goes, that's lovely. But however, she said, there are people that are alive out there that need your readings, that need you to guide them. She goes, it's like being a counselor. She goes, you already are a teacher. She said, a lot of people need psychic counseling, and you're shutting that down. But by I'm going to school, I'm subbing, then I'm too tired to do anything else. Literally too tired. Okay, it's either one or the other. Okay, with the 60-year-old dude over here. But no, she was like, for real, for reals. She didn't say for reals. I'm just, putting in words to try to act cool, okay, and failing ethically. But she was just saying, now is the time. I don't know, maybe she saw, you know, a limit to my life, and she was like, you got to do it now, because if not now, when? You've already done the teaching. You've already devoted your life since age 17. You've been in teaching. And then I was like, yeah, I know I'm phasing that out because I'm waiting to be 62 so that I can get my Social Security. But, I like the kids, and it keeps me busy, makes me happy. And I don't do it that much. Like, one week I might do 3 days. The next week I might do 0 days. I just finished doing zero for a month. Okay. But anyhow, so basically, she was just telling me something that I already knew, and I felt it in my heart. And I started to do my business a lot in 2020, and then I kind of phased it out because I kept doing cases and everything's so free. And she was just like, you shouldn't do that. And I was like, I thought God would be mad at me. And she was like, God will be mad at you. God won't be mad at you. But God will be mad at you if you don't value your gifts and talents and share them with the world, but with boundaries. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to holler for a dollar. Okay. I'm trying it this way. Okay, so yeah, alright, so sorry about digress. Alright, a live video is 75, and that's interact with me, ask me questions live, and I have, all my decks out. Not my deck, my decks. Okay, and that's $75 for 30 minutes, because is that taxes me. That's like, I don't know. It's just there's something about the phone that is very intimate, you know. And you would say, isn't this very intimate? But not to me. I feel like I can get in, I can get out. I can be myself, but also then I turn it off. You know. Anyhow, okay. The next thing is, if you wanted a live video reading, okay, I know this is sounding complicated, and people are like, what happened to that little old reading she's going to do for the collective? I will do it. I promise you. Okay, it's coming soon. That and Christmas is coming soon. Right. So if you want to go 60 minutes instead of the live video for 30 minutes, if you want to be on the phone with me for a live reading for 60 minutes, okay? So I gave you a deal. There's a lot of deals going on. Believe it or not, you might be like, how dare you? Like, I feel like in my head I'm saying, how can I ask for these prices? But I sat and I meditated, and I I've been doing the $60 for a long time, and the $60 is staying, but it's just one video instead of the old three or unlimited amount, because that was excessive. Okay. Anyhow, if you do want a longer video chat with me where I do your cards, answer your questions the best of my ability, try to channel, that would be 60 minutes would be for 100 instead of 75 and 75. See, this is ending up being a lot of math questions. One second, guys. I've already done this before. 14. Yeah. Ordinarily would be 150. 75 and 75 would be 150, right? But instead, I would give you 1 hour. I don't think you need to talk to me for an hour, but you might have a lot of questions. You might want me to deep dive into a lot of, you might be like me with a lot of people up in heaven, a lot of people in the spirit world. When I go to a reader, they are usually like, if they're good, and the last two people have been good. The guy on Staten Island years ago, a couple of years ago that I went to, that place is closed now, but he was really, really good. And all the people came in and they were all around me. And he sat there holding my hand in this little room. I was a little bit claustrophobic, or a lot of bit claustrophobic, because it was like a closet in the shop. But and he was very good, and so was this woman, Susan Ward, I think. I have to look her up again because I looked her up before I went to Ireland. I looked up several, but she was the only one who called me back. The other one was like, I can't call you back because your number is a New York number, and this is Ireland. I was like, does she know how to use the internet? But Susan Ward, she called me back right away, and she was namaste. Anyhow, so if you're in Ireland, go see Susan Ward. Okay, it's kind of a far trip in the cab, but maybe you could drive there. Okay, so sorry about all this, but I have to do it. I have to put myself out there. I have to put my business out there. Okay, whether anybody is going to respond to me or not, I'm doing it. I'm going to push it. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to be a pusher. That didn't sound right. Okay. If I don't promote myself, who else is going to promote me? I know I have a beautiful team of people, Tammy and Tracy and Ruby, my soul sisters, and Kim Magical. But Ruby and Kim Magical have their own channels to push. Okay. So stop using that word push, okay? I'll try not to. Okay. Anyway, who are you talking to? I'm talking to you, my spirit guide. Okay. Anyway, the phone readings have to be US only. Why? Because it's too expensive to do a phone call in out of the state. If somebody knows the answer to that, let me know. Okay. I rather, like, if you live in a different country, like if you live, in Ireland, England, or anywhere, Netherlands, Africa. I'm trying to reach Africa. Uh, I have had some conversations with people from Africa. But anyway, if you're out of state, I'd rather do a video for you. I'd rather do the video, not on the phone, regular video, and then you'll see it on YouTube. Okay, so US only private reading phone call, which is FaceTime. I already said this. I already said this. Guys, did I mess up? Am I saying the same thing over and over again? Live video reading. I don't know what the difference is, guys. I don't know. I sat here writing this out. I showed it to Devin. He was saying it was right. So I'm not sure. Alright, I'll just show it to you. Okay, so the US only private reading phone call or FaceTime, um, 30 minutes 75. I feel like I said that already. So I'll go through my cards. I'll go through my cards again. I don't know. Now I'm getting mixed up. Okay, and this is the last one on this. Okay, and I'm gonna keep the healing art for another video because I'm annoying myself. Um, Private reading video call FaceTime. I don't know. I think I wrote down the same thing. So if you just want a video, just let me know. Or if you want a phone call, let me know. I think I'll do this as a video because I think I did the wrong thing. And I have more. I have more probably of the wrong thing. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna shuffle because I've made a fool of myself. I didn't make a fool of myself. I introduced some things, and that's always good. Let's clear the energy because I am a psycho. Can you guys hear my music? It's Jason Stevenson. I feel like it's been a long time since I have had music on. It's a little different. You added the country. You're putting your words into the universe. Yes, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I sat here for hours yesterday and today and, writing this out and figuring out numbers and then asking Devin about it because I have a math problem. And, I just wanted to make sure because I hate. Am I in black and white? See this? I think this iPad is going bad. Okay, so let's just clear the energy. And I want you guys to start thinking about yourself. I'm going to be shuffling both of these decks. I want you to think about yourself, your own situation. Okay? I'm just going to leave this here. I got to get another stick because I need it. Yeah, I don't know if I did that whole thing wrong, right? Oops. I shouldn't have moved it. This whole situation is precarious. It's like one wrong move. One wrong move and the whole thing is gonna fall down. Okay, I got some more sticks. I just feel like I need to clear the air from my demagoguery of craziness. Because I got a little like when I did the 1010 and I did the 2020, remember that? I just felt a little discouraged because I did it and I got a couple of people, right? I think I had 5 readings one time and then I had for the 2020, not so many. I think I had 4 readings or 3 readings. But the whole thing with that is I gave a whole bunch of dates out so that if somebody couldn't get the January one or the February, beginning of February, they can get the end of February. And what I got discouraged about is nobody asked me about it. Nobody asked me about the other dates, and I wrote everything out like on index cards and stuff. I advertised it, and maybe one or two people said, oh, they were gonna do it, but they weren't remembering like the dates. I thought they would be like all excited, like, hey, I'll do this date, or I can't do that, I'll do the March 9th, or I'll do the, whatever. And so, long story short, even when I did the 1010 and the 2020, um, I did it for so many hours. Like, say there was four people that did 1010, right? So that would be $40. And I did like an hour for each person. And I was on for hours. And that was not what I was supposed to be doing. Because why? Because I get tired and it takes everything out of me because I channel. I write down the people's name. I try to tap into it. I write down their name. Sometimes I have to write their name 8 times, 10 times, and really just go into a meditative state, say all the prayers and stuff. And I do that for every single person to try to tap into their energy. And they told me I did a good job. Some people gave me an extra tip because they felt bad. But I can't do that because for 3 or 4 days afterwards, Devin was like, you were a real bee, okay? Or let's just say witch. And it's because it was like I did a party for $40. And I just can't do that. I have to value that Susan Ward was correct. I have to value my work. I have to value my gift. So instead of just shutting everything down, that's what I did. I was like, oh, nobody, wants to pay me for a regular reading. I mean, I did regular readings. Somebody paid me very generously for 2 readings and gave me extra money and, whatever. But it wasn't enough. It was just like one person was paying for a reading every 4 months. That's not enough for me to live on. That's not enough for me to keep my business running. So instead of like saying something like really pushing myself and stuff, I pull back and then I just give everything for free and just do more and more readings. More, I did, collectives and Pisces and, Aquarius and whatever. And the missing, just kept doing that. And it doesn't make sense, like it did make sense. And yeah, I was doing some artwork and selling like once a month, maybe twice, two things in 1 month. Still not good enough. It's not good enough to run a business that way. And yeah, it's okay. I could, I'm semi-retired, so I could do that. Like Devin would never say, "Hey, don't buy any more supplies like you're buying." I have a lot of supplies, but the paint dries out after a while. If I don't use the paint that's in there in the cabinet, pointing to a cabinet, um, it dries out, and then I just have to throw it out and buy new stuff. But so I got discouraged, and then I just thought, maybe I'll just give everything away for free. Not my artwork, I've given stuff away for free, but Lord knows. Um, but no, I want to bring it back to. I used to be one of the most famous uh, and busy psychics on Staten Island, in Staten Island, New York. And I would go to Jersey and I would go to parties, do parties in Brooklyn, do parties in Manhattan. And I was like, what happened to that? Like I feel like I have this forum and people know me, they see me, and I'm doing videos all the time. I'm bringing with me to wherever I go. And it's my pleasure. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to, be with my Mystic Brady family. I'm very happy and grateful for you. But I think it's time for me to now push it a little bit where this is what I have to offer. And, and I'm still going to do um, my reading for Aries. I'm still gonna, I am very devoted and loyal, and I will still do that, and I will still do Taurus. Don't, you thought I forgot about you, Taurus, right? I didn't. Bought Devin's cake mix today, and I found out I already had cake mix, but it expired in April, so I had to throw it out. New stuff. You don't want to get sick from bad cake mix. Anyway, this smoke is not showing in the on the video, is it? It's not showing. Okay, so let me have you guys concentrate as I shuffle. Concentrate on what you maybe are worried about or want to know. And it'll be general. It'll be kind of general pat answers. But I'm going to ask my guides to put in my mind whatever I need to know to tell you guys. Okay? Yeah, I feel like I need a white sage up in here. Sorry. That one is still lit. Okay, it fell on me. Okay, I'm going to take this and put this up here. Okay. Yeah. What's that? Everybody saying it definitely needs. Yes, I need a website. I definitely need a website. That's what another thing the psychic was talking about. And I am pushing forward to do that. I am pushing forward for that. Hi, Gary from Ireland. Welcome. What's rude? Sorry, I'm looking at this like, who's in there? Oh, the iPad is in color? Okay, thank you. Because to me, it looks like black and white. Let me just wipe my glasses off. This is Billy. Okay. Okay, so is everybody going to concentrate on themselves now? I'm going to stop talking about me and my business or my non-business. And we're going to focus on you guys. Okay. Spirit guides and angels. This is the telepathy oracle cards. They're really cool. They are trees and stuff. I was like, oh, I don't remember him buying me these. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, dear God, please let us know what my collective, my sassy subs, remember that? What they need to know. What do my sassy subs need to know on this evening? What do my sassy subs need to know? Please and thank you. What do they need to know? What advice should they know about? Okay, I'm going to make 3 piles to the left. Messages for my collective. Messages for my collective. Messages for Mystic Brady Bunch. Mystic Brady Bunch. Okay? The Mystic Brady Bunch need to know. What do the Mystic Brady Bunch need to know? Thank you. Okay? Should start with 3. nose is so itchy. Hopefully, I'm not going to get into a fight. Anyway, okay, so we have deep. Look deeply within and discover your soul purpose in relationships. Yeah, I thought there was something going on with relationships. Somebody out there, see that? Okay, somebody out there is really worried about a relationship, and or something's missing is like a concave hole in their relationship, and it's like a disconnect. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. um and yes, some days you feel like, oh, I really see that big hole in our relationship and I wish it wasn't there. And let me fill it in with insults, or let me fill it in with shopping, or let me fill it in with working harder, being away from the home. Um, and then other days, you just ignore it, okay? You don't want to deal with it. That's for somebody. So, what this card means, and these are very new to me as well, is look deeply within and discover your soul purpose in a relationship. Sometimes relationships are supposed to be like, there's somebody out there, they have a 20-year relationship. I just saw 2-0. And I don't know if 2020 was important, or just you're together 20 years, or you're living together 20 years, something with 20. And or maybe you met when you were 20. But anyhow, sometimes you miss the opportunity where you were supposed to grow together, or you need to go to counseling, and one person is in, the other person's out. One person feels like everything's fine, and it's like Operation Avoid. But for you, Spirit is saying to you, deep, deep, look in deep and figure out what you want in the relationship, or what your role is in this relationship. And can you deal with that? Is it enough for you to deal with for the rest of your life? Or do you need to make a change, or um, ask more from your partner, and also give more of yourself? So there has to be some sort of change. Don't keep on doing Operation Avoid, Operation Fill in with shopping, or fill in with other things, because we're not filling up the hole. You're filling up the hole with the wrong thing. Okay? That's for somebody. And Spirit wants you to look deep within to discover your purpose in the relationship. And that's hard. Sometimes, a lot of times that's hard, because, we supposedly get married for a lifetime, right? Forever. But, raise your hand if you were divorced. So, but sometimes just things need to change in the relationship. Okay, they just said, step back from it. Katrina, don't get so heavy. Okay, no, it was coming out. Okay, emotion. Look into the depths of your emotions. Yeah, so a lot of relationship, I feel a lot of like in a Mercury retrograde. Raise your hand if you've been emotional. I've been emotional, and I think that friggin' crap is ending uh, May 9th. I think it's May 9th that Mercury, isn't in retrograde anymore, which means just like we won't feel so emotional. Um, yeah, look into the depths of your emotions. Don't be afraid of them. If you gotta cry, you gotta cry. It's good to get, my mother used to say, it's good to, because I would feel bad because I'm always crying. Was always crying as a kid. Extremely sensitive, right? And my mother would say, you got to stop being so sensitive. And then I would be like, how do you do that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about look into things so, But she knew in her heart that I was sensitive this way too, you know, psychically sensitive. And that's like walking around without your skin. So you feel everything, everything hurts. Or you feel even love, you're going to feel it more. So it's just, it's a hard way to live. But anyhow, it's okay. She used to say, it's okay to cry because you're getting all the toxins out. If you hold them in, it makes something wrong go wrong in your body. So it's better to let it out. Okay? So with these two cards coming up, there's some people that are going through a lot of emotions. Okay? And it's okay to don't avoid them. Don't try to bury them. Don't try to say, oh, I'm just being too sensitive. No, I hate when people say that to me. Like to this day, people say, oh, stop being so sensitive. Stop looking into. No, I'm going to. Have you met me? I'm 60 years old. I ain't changing. Okay. So, if somebody says that to you, say, excuse me, this is how I am. If you look into something, if you feel a certain way, that's your gut and your psychic energy telling you, and your guides, your spirit guides, and your angels telling you, hey, listen, something's wrong. Something doesn't feel right. Okay? If it makes you feel a certain kind of way, something doesn't feel right, and identify it. And it's okay to express yourself. Don't be gaslit. All right? If somebody is not acknowledging your feelings, just say that. Say, I really felt sad the other day, and I felt like you were not recognizing and wanted to, you know, um, help me with that. And I would really like you to help me with that. If they say, well, I don't know what to do, you're always sad, or you're always mad, or you're always bitchy, okay? But just say, I would like to talk to you more. And, could you talk to me? And could we try to discover how we can feel better, both of us? You know, if you care about me and I care about you, you're going to want to know what makes that person feel very blue or feel very down, and how to make them feel better. Okay? That's what this matrix is all about. All right. So get the emotions out. Let it flow. Let it go and let it flow. And express yourself. Okay, as Madonna said. All right. Universe. The universe is guiding you towards that special someone. See, I knew this had to do with relationships. I felt like relationships are going to be, a lot of people are thinking about it out there. Um, the universe is guiding you towards that special someone. Just let everything take its course. Okay, so somebody might be looking for somebody to have a relationship with, and you have to manifest it. You have to say, I'm happy and grateful um, that the universe, I'm so happy and grateful that the universe let me meet my best friend, my soulmate, the person that cares about me inside and out, the person that cares that if I'm happy or sad in my job or my career or in my house or my apartment, the person who cares if I have eaten today or if I have a stomach ache, that person cares, what things I accomplished. Um, that person cares about my soul. All right. Thank you, dear God. Thank you, universe. And then act as if for a couple minutes, just sit there like this. I'm sitting with my soulmate. They are making me laugh. I'm making them smile. We are talking about our hopes and our dreams. We talk a little bit about the past. We are talking about our future, what we like to do, but mostly we're enjoying each other in the present. Thank you, dear God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, universe. I know it seems hokey and weird, but that's how I met Devin. I didn't want to get married again. I was married for 24 years. I was with that person for 28 years, and I was like, if I can't make that work, with the father of my kids, I'm sure I can't make anything else work, but I would like to go through the matrix with a good friend, a companion, a gentleman caller, okay? But I never thought marriage, okay? And then things work out because you write in your journal, you write affirmations, you write positive things in your journal as if, you know, as if they already happened. Okay, spirit guides, can you give me 2 more of this deck? Thank you. What do I need to tell the collective? The sassy subs, the Zen zebras, the Namaste ninjas, the unique unicorns, the Bella butterflies, the merry mermaids, the merry mermen. Thank you. But they're so pretty. Every card has a tree on it, which I love. Tree spirits. Okay, so there's going to be a surprise coming. You may be surprised very soon. So think about, in the back of your mind, what that surprise would be. What would make you really, right now, smile? Feel happier in your heart. What would that surprise be that would make you feel filled up and happy and abundant and full of love and friendship? Okay? Synchronicity. And I said that word pretty damn good at 1:13 in the morning, right? Or wait, no, it's probably, wait, it's 2:24 in the morning. Okay, I gotta take my medicine soon. Okay, synchronicity. Okay, now I'm showing off. Divine soul matches have amazing moments of synchronicity. I don't know what this means, Spirit. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Put it in my head. Divine soul matches have amazing moments of synchrony. Okay. I'm thinking it's staying with the friendship and the relationships, okay? That like divine soul matches, like God divine sees people on earth and says, okay, these 2 people got divorced, or these 2 people broke up with other people, the other people broke up with them, cheated on them, whatever. I'm going to take these 2 guys, these 2 people, guys, girls, girl and guy, doesn't matter, and I'm going to put them together somehow, some way. They would make a better match. They are divinely soul-mated up. Just made up my own word. Okay. How's that for 2:30 in the morning? Okay, pretty good. Yeah. I'm going to take it. Okay. All right. Divine soul matches have amazing moments of synchrony. Okay. And that's also, they just said, that's also for like a friend coming in. Somebody's going to be having a friendship through a coworker, or just, a friendship that they're really going to say, hey, I never thought this person was for me, but I just like spending time with them. Every time I spend time with them, they tell me something good about myself, I tell them something good about them, and we just match. Our souls match. We're just good friends. Okay. All right, now I want you to, now I'm going to use a different deck, okay? And do the same thing. Just think of yourself and maybe think of a question or two. Okay, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, what does my collective need to know? Thank you. Hi, Doreen Campbell. Oh, it's hard to hear me. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? You're together 20 years? Oh, wow. Maybe I'm talking to you. Yeah, I feel like there's one little thing that's not fully, jiving. You gotta sit down and talk about it. Maybe get out of the house. Make some kind of special picnic, or take him out somewhere, or let him take you out. Hi, Holly. I didn't know all these people came in. I'm sorry I'm behind in the chat. I hope everybody's still here. Hi, Purple Roses. Can you guys hear me? I hope I didn't say all that stuff and you can't hear me. Let me move this closer. Watch me screw it up. Is that better? I hate doing it on the iPad because I'm so lame with the iPad. So many people are in unhappy relationships, and it's sad. Your son just went through a divorce. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there a Kevin out there? Because I've been hearing the Kevin name so clearly. A broken-hearted. It was her fault. She moved on right away. Purple Roses, tell your son, don't worry about it, because she's not the person for him. Everybody has a person. She's not the person. She might be the person that they were supposed to be together for a time. Maybe they have kids together. I don't know. But somebody better will be for him. But he needs to get therapy. Everybody needs, I totally believe in therapy. I've been to therapy. Sorry about, my clothes falling off. Anyway, I'm going to shuffle these. Let's see what happens. Angels and ancestors, the spirit guides, what does my collective need to know? Does the collective need to know this evening? It's actually Sunday morning. Okay. Mystic Brady Bunch. What does the Mystic Brady Bunch need to know? Mystic Brady Bunch. Thank you. What does the Mystic Brady Bunch need to know? Oh. Wow. Okay. Now, remember, this is the first time I'm using these cards. Okay. The tree cards I used on myself once. These I didn't use on myself. I looked at them. Okay, so the first card that came up is number 18, the dog card. It has to do with friendship, allies, loyalty, trustworthy support, and obedience. So obviously, a lot of you out there, whatever you were thinking about, has to do with who is loyal to me, who loves me for me, who is 100% on my team, who has my back, okay? And that's what you're wondering about. That's what you're thinking about. Maybe somebody like Purple Rose's son feels betrayed and stabbed in the back and the front because, his situation. But you know what? Zen thinking, Buddhist think, and I'm not necessarily Buddhist or Catholic, but I do like the Zen life. I do try very hard to have to live a Zen life. And so I've studied that. But the Buddhists believe, in order to have a Zen life, that everything where you are right now is meant to be. Whatever relationship you're in is meant to be until you want to change it. And then if you do change it, that's meant to be. So whatever situation that you go through, your soul contract had that written on it already. Okay? But you're thinking, a lot of you out there are thinking, and I think about this too, the loyalty. Who is loyal to you? Who is going to have your back? Who is that loyal friend? And I told my kids this on the trip. When we were in Ireland, I sat there and I said, give me your hand, Thomas, give me your hand, Laura. And I don't know if we held hands because they would think that's stupid. Okay, it's creepy. But at, at we were at several restaurants and pubs together. But I think this happened in the house, and we were at the table, and I said, whatever you do in your life, you have to find the person who will be your best friend, who cares about your soul, who cares about you being happy, or when you're sad, they want to make you happy. They want to help you solve a problem if you have a problem. And we all got them. We all got loads of problems, right? Um, and love isn't always 90, 99% and 100%. Sometimes relationships are, 80% on one end and, maybe 90%, 99% on the other end, or 60. Don't make me do percentages because I'll just go into a math fit. But anyhow, what I was trying to tell my kids is, my daughter met somebody who she really cares about and cares about her. But my son, he's still yet to meet somebody and, that he's in a solid relationship with. And I said, you just have to find that person that you are best friends with, and that even if you have an argument, you have a fight, you still come back and you say, I'm really sorry about before. I don't want to fight with you. I'm sorry. You're not always going to you're not always going to agree. We are not robots. Okay? So you're not always going to agree. But you want that loyal person. And you want that person, if they did make a mistake, they own up to it. And they say, I'm really sorry I hurt you. And can you forgive me? And if you can't forgive me, then I'm going to kill you. No, I'm trying to lighten it up. Okay, I was getting too deep. All right, so if this came up, that means that a lot of people are thinking about who is your friend out there, who's not going to stab you in the back, who's going to be there for you, who can you count on. Okay, the Tower card. Okay, so this is isolation, authority, official building, loneliness, ego, government. Okay, that's what the Tower card coming up always represents, and it's a card 19. It represents like a big blowout. with this card being near it, maybe somebody who you thought was loyal to you ended up stabbing you in the back or ended up not being a true friend. Um, but sometimes we have to go through the Tower card, that we have to go through the blowout. We have to burn everything down before we can rebuild. Okay? Everything has to come out before we can rebuild it to be stronger and have a better foundation. Okay? Then we got the ship card. I never saw this before. This is travel. Oh, travel, vehicles, movement. I do see somebody looking at a blue car. I see a blue car or SUV. It's a really beautiful color. You might end up getting a different one because that one, there's something wrong. There's one little thing wrong with it, but think of that as a big thing, okay? Don't just say, oh, I want it because of the color. You might get it in a different color, but I see somebody looking, maybe having a blue car, wanting to get a different blue car, SUV, but just check it out. But this also has to do with the journey. So some people will be going on a journey or a trip and having a change. When I see these two cards together, this is a big change. So a lot of you are making a decision to have a change in your life. And then we end with the Bear card, and that is power, boss, courage, leadership, finances, and protection. I feel good about this. I just heard Jason, not Jacob, because I said Jacob, and they go, no, not Jacob, Jason. Okay, right. So it's like, I start to create different names. No, so Jason. Why is Jason important? Jason is the boss, or Jason is in charge. Okay. Yeah, I feel good about that. I'm just going to shuffle one more time to get the energies for one last card. Can I have Spirit Guides? Can I have one last card for the closing? Thank you. Okay, so we got business. Somebody might be thinking about a business venture. So we have the fish. So we have the bear, now we have the fish. Business, finances, commerce, gain, wealth, and abundance, which is very good. And the bear is very protective, protection and courage. Um, yeah, so I would give you the green light if somebody's thinking about doing something business-wise. Okay. All right, guys. I'm just going to get one angel card because I feel wrong, like it's wrong if I don't do an angel card to close. So 1 second. Anybody here still? 14 in the house. Oh, you've been considering divorce? Think about it. Think about it and give it to your angels. It's a big decision. It was the best decision I made. I probably should have did it sooner, but I didn't have the courage yet. So these are cards that are really beautiful. So let me just get the energy onto these. Angels and God, spirit guides, what does my collective need to know? What does my collective need to know? In the closing, please protect anybody who watches this video. Please, Archangel, dear God, send Archangel Michael down to protect anybody who watches this video and protect everybody in their homes. Protect me and my family and my dogs. And anyone who watches this, please have Archangel protect their homes, their houses, their apartments, their condos, and help them to have peace in their home, and love and friendship and abundance and good health. Thank you, dear God. Thank you. Please, Archangel Raphael, please help heal anybody who needs a healing in their body. I feel like somebody has a toothache, and the throat. Could be thyroid or could just be strep throat. So make sure you have lots of tea, vitamin C, and you might need to get a Z-Pack. I know that sounds weird. That's how it is. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, blessings of innocence and purity. God blesses those whose hearts are pure, for they will see God. Matthew 5:8. God blesses those whose hearts are pure, for they will see God. So in other words, don't have malice in your heart. Don't have like somebody took advantage of you, they stole from you, they swindled you somehow. Don't think of seeking revenge. Just like say, you know what? Too bad for them that they thought they had to do that to me or other people. Because God sees everything. So you don't even have to move a piece of hair on their head. You just have to sit back and say, okay, I have to protect myself that it doesn't happen to me again. Don't be a sucker. Don't be a fool. But that's what my mother used to say to me. Um, but yeah, and I'm a sucker a lot of times. But I give a lot of chances. But I'm starting to get a little tougher. But anyhow, have goodness in your heart and leave everything else for God. But also put your boundaries up. But have good thoughts in your head and good thoughts in your heart, because then you will see God. That's beautiful, right? Hi, Elmore. Elmon. Okay. And then we have express yourself through creativity. Praise his name with dancing. Oh, yes, please. I haven't done my dances lately. Praise his name with dancing accompanied by a tambourine and a harp. Psalm 149:3. Well, I don't have a tambourine or a harp, but God likes you to express yourself through creative things and dancing and music. Okay, I think this is the first time I'm using these cards. Okay, the gift of love and light. The gift of love and light. No one lights a lamp and then covers it with a bowl or hides it under a bed. A lamp is placed on a stand where its light can be seen by all who enter the house. Luke 8:16. The gift of love and light. So, yeah, we were talking a lot about using our gifts that God gave us and showing it. Okay, so that's what this is. No one lights a lamp, then covers it with a bowl, hides it under a bed. A lamp is placed on a stand where its light can be seen by all who enter the house, the gift of love and light. That's beautiful. With God, all things are possible. Now, my mother used to always say this to me, just like if you can't get something done, like I was failing tests or something, I'd be studying and stuff, and then I would never pass. And then she would always say, when you're taking the test, be prepared for it, but when you're taking it, just remember, with God, all things are possible. Say a prayer and remember that and feel it. And to this day, I always say that. Anything that's like a big mountain that I have to climb, traveling even, with God, all things are possible. I can't do it by myself, but with God, I could do everything. So, if you had faith, even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it would move. Matthew 17:20. With God, all things are possible. You're going through a breakup, you're going through a dry spell where you don't see that many friends or family around you, or relationships around you. Ask God to help you with that. Okay? With God, all things are possible. Okay. And just one more. Let me just shuffle this. Can I have one more for the collective? For my Zen zebras? Thank you. My bella butterflies? Thank you. One more. Thank you. Use loving strength and discernment. I'm not trying to win the approval of people, but of God. If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Christ's servant. Okay, use loving strength and discernment. I'm not trying to win the approval of people. That's very hard to do because everybody cares about what other people think of you. But try to please God. Okay? If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Christ's servant. So use loving strength and discernment. Like, say to yourself, what would God want me to do? Not what would and I hear Jason again. Okay, what would my spouse want me to do? What would my, cousin want me to do? What would my sister or my brother want me to do? Think about what would God want me to do. And it will be a whole different thing. It'll be a whole different thing than what you originally thought. That's a beautiful card too. And it's not easy. I know it's not easy. Okay, guys, I love you all. Thank you for listening to me spew on for 1 hour and 38 minutes. I hope you enjoyed the readings with the cards, the 3 different cards, and I'm sorry about if hollering for $1 with my new setup. I have to check it out, but I love you all. I hope you all have sweet dreams. I gotta take off my makeup. And I will talk to you soon. Namaste. Love you.